From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Well, welcome back. It is just about 6:30. Good morning. I'm Devin Fehely.
And I'm Melissa Caen.
The police chief in San Francisco has apologized for his department's raid of a freelance journalist's home and office. Brian Carmody was handcuffed for hours May 10th while police searched for evidence to find out who provided him a confidential police report. That report was about the unexpected death of San Francisco public defender Jeff Adachi. Carmody refused to reveal his source. Chief Bill Scott says the applications for the search warrants did not sufficiently identify Carmody as a journalist.
We had some concerns. There were concerns with language in particularly one of the warrants. And, we made some mistakes. So, we do owe an apologies.
California's SHIELD law protects journalists from search warrants, and the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that journalists are free to report on newsworthy information contained in stolen documents.
So we have some serious concerns about we may have violated the SHIELD law, absolutely. And, we have to dig into everything in this investigation.
What happened to the evidence that was seized?
The evidence, Mr. Carmody's items have been given back to him. Of course, we won't be able to use that evidence in any further criminal investigations against Mr. Carmody.
San Francisco Mayor London Breed said in a statement, "We have to restore the trust among the department, the public, and the media. An independent and free press is essential to our city and society." At the request of the mayor, the San Francisco Police Department is seeking an independent, impartial investigation. Chief Scott has reached out to outside agencies to take over the criminal probe. In a gruesome killing in San Francisco, and they found the suspects in China. 73-year-old Benedict Ching's body was found cut to pieces and stuffed in a freezer at his home on Del Monte Street. 35-year-old Stephanie Ching and 44-year-old Douglas Lomas was arrested at the Beijing airport. They were flown to a prison in Virginia and charged with homicide. Police are working to extradite them back to San Francisco. Also in San Francisco, 2 people were shot in broad daylight at 6th and Mission Street yesterday. Witnesses heard several shots around 1:30, ran outside and saw 2 people lying in the street. Both of those victims were taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The gunman fled, and police are looking for clues.
And some major tech firms are actually moving to San Francisco despite the sky-high rents. Now, Glassdoor is now moving its headquarters to the city. And this follows other companies like Pinterest, DoorDash, and the venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. They've all done the same. Now, Glassdoor is a tech company where employees rate their employers. And in the fall of next year, it will move its headquarters from Mill Valley to a 24-story office building in San Francisco's financial district.
And as we think of our future growth plans and the best place for us to be, where we think San Francisco is the right place. From
homelessness to housing and affordability and traffic, we've got to really get a grip on these issues so that we keep companies, employers growing here in the region, in places like San Francisco.
The company also plans to add 300 new jobs, and it will be moving into the former headquarters of Bechtel Corporation.
Members of the student newspaper staff at Palo Alto High School have decided to end a decades-long tradition in the final newspaper that they're publishing this year. Gone is a map and listing of graduating seniors showing which colleges and universities they'll attend in the fall. The intent is to break their school's culture of high stress. The 5 editors-in-chief say the map and list had a negative impact on students who got rejected from the college of their choice or chose to attend a community college instead.
I really felt that abolishing the map was the first step that Pali can take towards creating a more inclusive environment for students of all post-graduation plans and not just the traditional 4-year path.
The students say they received a wide range of feedback from their peers, but their teachers have been supportive.
Now, Memorial Day weekend is normally a busy time on the beaches of the Russian River, but not so this year. High water levels have forced some beaches to close, and at other beaches, visitors are discouraged from boating or even getting in the water. Now, the river is just too high and moving too fast after an especially wet, rainy season, and this is affecting businesses nearby.
We thought we would be by now. We thought we would have all the rooms running, and it's just taken longer.
Some businesses are trying to see the bright side. One canoe rental shop told us that all this water should provide plenty of business all summer.
And happening today, Neil Young and Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats are among the acts set to perform at Day 2 of Bottle Rock Napa Valley Music Festival. Chopper 5 got a good look at the huge crowds yesterday at the Napa Valley Expo. Imagine Dragons, the Dandy Warhols, and Logic were among the performers. Yesterday was the opening day of the sold-out 3-day extravaganza. In addition to the music, food and beverages are also a big draw.
We got white wine, we got Chardonnay, we got black. Oh, see, I'm trying to tell you.
We got that butter Chardonnay. We got that butter Chardonnay. It's a vegan vegetarian burger. Yes. Very Napa Valley.
The festival is expected to draw more than 120,000 people to the Napa area this weekend.
And the Golden State Warriors are going to need a little extra time to get fully healthy for the NBA Finals. The team has released an update saying Kevin Durant will miss the beginning part of the NBA Finals next week, but they're hopeful he'll return later in the series. On the other hand, DeMarcus Cousins had a full practice on Thursday and could return for the Finals. And new this morning, President Trump has arrived in Japan for a state visit with a focus on trade. He spoke at a reception with Japanese and American business leaders at the U.S. ambassador's residence in Tokyo.
The United States and Japan are hard at work negotiating a bilateral trade agreement which will benefit both of our countries. I would say that Japan has had a substantial edge for many, many years, but that's okay. Maybe that's why you like us so much. But we'll get it a little bit more fair, I think. I think we'll do that.
Later in the trip, the president is set to meet with Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the country's new emperor.
Meanwhile, a San Francisco judge has partially blocked President Trump's plan to fund construction of the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. A preliminary injunction blocks the transfer of about $1 billion from the Defense Department accounts. The order by Judge Haywood Gillum applies specifically to plans to build about 50 miles of fencing in Arizona and Texas. However, it does not prevent the administration from tapping other funding sources. The president declared a national emergency in February in an attempt to get wall money without approval from Congress.
And the war of words and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is ramping up. The president said he was warranted when he called her Crazy Nancy.
She made horrible statements. She knows they're not true. She said terrible things. So I just responded in kind.
I wish that his family or his administration or his staff would have an intervention for the good of the country.
Yes, Speaker Pelosi then suggested it's the president who may need help following an abrupt end to a meeting on infrastructure on Wednesday. And a digitally altered video of House Speaker Pelosi has been viewed millions of times.
It's prompting concerns about what could happen in the 2020 campaign. The first clip appeared Wednesday on a site called Politics Watchdog. It slows down Pelosi's normal speaking voice so that her words sound slurred. Comments online suggested that she was drunk. An expert on video authentication says whoever made the Pelosi video used editing software that's been around for decades.
I think what's different now is the way that this kind of content can be weaponized through social media platforms.
When you add on to that the ability to create sophisticated fake video and fake images and fake audio, I think you can see why this can be a real crisis for us, particularly in the upcoming 2020 elections.
YouTube has removed the distorted video of Pelosi. Twitter and Facebook have not, despite Facebook's finding that it is fake.
And an overdue relief bill that could provide billions in disaster aid to California was blocked by a single House member. The bill is set to deliver up to $12 billion to the state after back-to-back years of deadly wildfires. But one House Republican from Texas blocked that bill yesterday, and he won't let it pass because it does not allocate funds for what he calls another crisis, illegal immigration at the border.
It's a bill that includes nothing to address the clear national emergency and humanitarian crisis we face at our southern border. This is a $19 billion bill that is not paid for when we are racking up $100 million of debt per hour.
Now, the House will take up this bill when members return, maybe as early as next week. And for her part, House Speaker Pelosi condemned this move in a statement saying, quote, House Republicans' last-minute sabotage of an overwhelmingly bipartisan disaster relief bill is an act of staggering political cynicism.
President Trump proposed a major transgender rights rollback. The move would remove protections made by the Obama administration. The Department of Health and Human Services says it plans to remove gender identity from people shielded under the basis of sex. Activists say for the transgender community, access to health care is a civil rights issue.
The way it will affect us the most is access to any kind of resources that we need. When it comes to healthcare benefits, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to living.
Senator Dianne Feinstein posted on Twitter that the Trump administration is putting ideology ahead of civil rights in a vulnerable community at more risk for harm.
And the governor of Missouri has signed one of the most restrictive abortion bills in the country. It bans the procedure on or beyond the 8th week of pregnancy, and no exceptions are made for cases of rape or incest. That law is set to go into effect in August, but legal challenges are expected. Meanwhile, a federal judge has blocked a Mississippi law that bans abortion after the detection of a fetal heartbeat. The judge there said it threatens immediate harm to women's rights, and that law was set to take effect in July.
A Menlo Park jewelry entrepreneur was one of 3 parents who pled guilty to mail fraud in the nation's largest ever college admissions scandal. Marjorie Clapper said that she willingly and remorsefully admits her guilt. She's accused of paying $15,000 to have someone change answers on her son's ACT exam. Prosecutors are recommending 4 months of prison and a $20,000 fine. Clapper will be sentenced on October 16th. Los Angeles parenting and lifestyle guru Jane Buckingham also pleaded guilty in the scheme. She admitted to paying $50,000 to the scam's ringleader, Rick Singer, to have someone take the ACT for her son. Los Angeles real estate developer Robert Flaxman pleaded guilty as well. He allegedly paid to get his son designated as a sports recruit to the University of San Diego and to have someone change his daughter's test answers. Out of the 50 people charged in the admissions scheme, 19 have pleaded guilty, including actress Felicity Huffman. The 3 parents made separate plea agreements with the Justice Department yesterday. They waived the right to a jury trial and the ability to appeal the judge's sentence.
And Governor Gavin Newsom's childhood home is for sale in San Francisco. But this rare wooded property does not come cheap. Newsom lived on this 10,000 square foot property as a toddler, and now it's on the market for $3.6 million. The Stanton Street home is tucked away in the Sutro Forest and has sprawling views of San Francisco. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, and it may seem cozy for such a massive property, but the agent says the land sits on 2 lots and there are ample opportunities to expand.
Let's take you to the great outdoors. A live look at Mineta International Airport in San Jose. Big things are happening inside at SJC. Passengers will soon be getting 6 new gates. KPIX 5 got a hard hat tour inside Thursday. The gates are being added to the south end of Terminal B. Once they open, Southwest Airlines will take over. City leaders say the added gates will help them accommodate continued growth at the airport.
The passengers and our customers in our regional community were seeing that we were their choice of airport to come to. So we needed something fairly quickly.
The gates are set to open in early June. The $58 million project serves as an interim facility while city leaders look into a permanent one.
And a new side effect of our recent storms, strawberry crops are taking a hit. In Watsonville, rain has damaged thousands of strawberries, and much of the region's crop is not suitable for market. And what isn't being thrown away can be turned into juice, but farmers warned there could be a shortage soon. In an interview with the San Jose Mercury News, the president of one farm said he expects to lose between 500 and 700 trays of berries over the next few days. That's up to 72,000 berries lost.
I think it's going to be a shortage out there. I mean, I guess everybody in this industry got damaged. There's going to be a lot less fruit out there right now.
A new crop of strawberries should be ready to pick in about 2 weeks.
And lots of people are heading out of town this weekend for the long Memorial Day weekend.
That's right, and California drivers are paying the price. Right now, in the Bay Area's metro areas, the average in San Francisco is $4.15 for a gallon of regular unleaded. The next highest is Oakland at $4.08 and San Jose at $4.06. And travelers are getting frustrated.
It's hard to get around with prices this high. I'm starting to think about where I'm going and why, and do I really need to go there because gas is so high.
This weekend I know prices will go up because of the weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, but $4, $4.50 a gallon is outrageous.
Well, the AAA Auto Group estimates that a record 42 million Americans will be on the roads this weekend. And good news for skiers who are traveling to the Central Sierra. Mammoth Mountain just announced it will stay open until August. Now, it was originally set to close on the July 4th weekend, but it has had its snowiest May on record.
All right, we're taking a look at a 7-day forecast that does have some rain on Bottle Rock and Carnival and anything else you have planned for Sunday. It'll be spotty showers, but some of them could come in the form of maybe an isolated thunderstorm. So just be aware as you're getting outside on Sunday. You should keep your plans. Just keep a close eye on the sky. It'll also be a bit breezy, and then we're done by next week.
All right, time for us to call it a morning. Thank you for watching KPIX 5 News this morning.
Have a great day.